This is your captain speaking, and you've just arrived at your destination, 78 Ways Studio.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy. You know where I'm at. You know what I'm doing. I'm back with a new episode of WTF Food and Music. Two ingredients that will always bring people together. My special guest tonight is the beautiful, multi-talented Ebony Nicole Johnson.
What up, Tim?
Talk to me, girl.
So, hi, Tim. I don't know if I should be calling you Uncle Tim, Uncle Daddy Tim, whatever. Like, I feel like my whole life I called you Tim, but you didn't stop me.
You can call me whatever you want on this show.
Works for me.
Okay.
Hey, y'all. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, please listen. This is long overdue.
This is actually really crazy.
Yeah. Not only is it crazy, it's long overdue. As people know or may not know, you are a multi-talented entrepreneur. So we're going to start off with the basics. We're going to go way back to the day when you used to dribble a basketball. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I mean, you know, I'm, again, as he introduced me as, I'm Ebony, born and raised here in Trent, New Jersey. I'm a sibling. Got my kids, got my family, and just I'm doing it up right now. Basketball, he brought that up. Wow.
I had to. That's why I noticed that was your first talent that I noticed. Aside from dancing, but we'll get to that. That
was my first talent. And I mean, I feel like that's one of those talents that are kind of like just, you know, when you're born into something, it kind of just, the apple didn't fall too far from the tree, my mom and dad.
So you say you came from a family of ballers.
Oh, yeah. Literally, figuratively and literally.
Okay.
So, you know, nonetheless, I dribbled a few basketballs here and there. Played on the state winning team for Ewing High.
Okay,
Shout
what
out
year
to
was
my
that?
girls. That was 98.
Okay.
I was a freshman in high school and I was on the senior team at the time. And, you know, we
So
rocked
how'd you manage that? Because a lot of freshmen
that was
don't make.
Lot. Well, nothing for nothing. You know, I guess at the time they felt that was dope enough to be on the team. But I want to talk about something with that because the experience was amazing.
Okay.
But it was scary because it was a lot of press and a lot of people that wanted to be around us at that time because it was like a spotlight of just
some
stardom.
Some people get scared of the spotlight.
I mean, again, I was in ninth grade at the time, and it's like you got the state, the people in the area from God knows where. We took pictures out at the time it was Trenton Thunder.
Okay.
Is it still called Trenton Thunder?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
What's left of it?
We we did pictures there, and it was in the newspaper. We were on like the cover of the newspapers that year, and it was amazing. But again, it was like,
Right.
I don't know if I like this.
So that was basically almost like your first taste of stardom.
Yes, it was.
I don't even like to use the word stardom because people that are in the public eye, when you put yourself out there, you're always going to be in the public eye. We don't want to use the word stardom. But when you put yourself out there, you got to be ready for what comes back.
That is true. And I wasn't ready. No.
No.
I wasn't ready. I mean, I think really why I wasn't ready is because, again, I was a kid still. And I wasn't the kind of person that wanted that attention on me or that kind of attention on me.
Right. At least you thought.
At least I thought. Until I got a little older. Seasoned, if you will.
Seasoned. I like that. Seasoned. All right. So basketball. So now we're going to move into the next natural rhythm of the body. This girl used to dance around the house and just be annoying.
Annoying?
When I say annoying, it was like we just wanted to take the batteries out of you and sit you down somewhere. You know, the Energizer Bunny had nothing on you.
That was me.
Yeah, so I mean, she started jumping around. So tell us about dance and what started your love for movement.
I'll be honest, I think from our conversation just earlier today and finding out that my grandmother, your mother, used to leave church early to go to, what was that place called?
They call them sock hops.
Sock hops.
Yeah, so we're
down
going back.
south.
Down
in
south.
Dillon, South Carolina.
Yeah,
sock hops.
the dirty South.
My grandmother was a dancer, and I didn't know this. Not a dancer like that, y'all.
Right,
she still praised the Lord. But I'm just saying, like, she had a mean two steps, and she was cutting the rug. And I just feel like, again, that's that genetic healing.
We'll call it the genetic mutation.
Or juice.
Yeah.
Genetic juice.
There you go.
And you know, my mom, she loves to dance. And I
she?
just feel like, I don't know, my metabolism has always been like on 125 or so. And I feel like for me, music, especially music in general, it makes you want to do things. And for me, even when I don't have music, you know, it's still bopping. Like, y'all might catch me a couple times when he's talking, like, whatever you just said,
like, what is it? Do she hear music? Because I don't hear it.
It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good.
While we talking about music, what were some of your influences? As far as music is concerned, what were some of your musical influences growing up as a child?
Michael Jackson.
Oh, boy.
First one, Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Whitney Houston.
You got.
Oh my gosh, Stylistics. The Stylistics. Oh my goodness, we're really going back. Boys to Men, New Edition, Ralph Tresvant, all them. Brandy, Monica, Aaliyah. Like the list goes on. And then if you want to even switch it up a bit, because I was into rock and pop sometimes too. Like I loved the Cranberries.
Okay.
I loved, Green Day. I loved, oh my gosh, Nirvana a little bit. But, I have my thing a little bit with them. And then you got Dave Matthews Band. So like I'm just, my influence is realm from Michael, but it expanded to, just these others. And of course, hip hop, you got Biggie, you got Jay-Z, but you also got the Roots, you got, Kendrick Lamar, all these people that I kind of, again, being that annoying person that jumped around so much, I heard these tunes through you and even through my dad or, then we got the gospel that we heard. So it's just all of that. The main influencer for me was Michael.
And I guess we might as well let the cat out of the bag because some people might not know or do know, but I'm actually her uncle.
Daddy.
So
Uncle Daddy.
Yeah, she called me Uncle Daddy. So I had the opportunity to really watch her blossom. When I say blossom, I'm not talking about the white show. I'm talking about blossom and the fact of grow into the woman that she is now. So I noticed her talents early on. I always had a knack for spotting talent.
He did.
So as you already know, I see this girl, man, come up from here to there to oh my God, to know,
all the stages,
to don't.
No. Ebony, don't do it.
Yeah. So okay, so we already know about that. So as she got a little older, she started venturing into something. And I got a little worried in the beginning because I didn't know where she was going with it. She got into modeling.
Eek.
Now, as an uncle, you see pictures of your niece and you don't want to look at some of them. And you say to yourself, wow, that's
nudity.
Right, no nudity. It was, provocative. We'll use the word provocative. Is that a good word? Provocative.
It had you thinking, like, what are you doing?
So, I'm looking at these pictures. I'm like, oh, that's a good picture, but my niece can't look. What's going on here? But tell us about your modeling career.
So I started out modeling when I left college. I was in school in Delaware, Goldie Beacom, to be exact. It was a private business school. Okay. And when I left from there, I was just like, you know what? Number one, I don't want to do the school thing anymore. I'm coming home. I'm going to work. But I also wanted to utilize my other natural gift that I was told, you're tall. Use your legs. Get into those fashion shows, Eb. Do this because you got the walk. You got the look. Use those legs.
And she got a mean walk, Jeff, let me tell y'all.
Hey, Kiki.
She got a mean walk. We're going to get into that a little bit, too.
So, that all, was fun and dandy around that young, tender age of my growing into my 18, 19, season or whatever. Okay. And what stopped it, I ain't going to lie to you, I grew out of wanting different male photographers. And I put quote unquote because a lot of them weren't the crazy, weird, uncomfortable type. Right. But the ones that were really, I guess, that way, one of them actually showed it off. Quick example, quick story. So I was headed to a photo shoot in Philly. I always went with someone, whether it was my brother at the time
Good.
or
Always-
whether it's my dad.
Always
whatever.
travel with a buddy anywhere
Always,
you go.
always
Especially
wanted
as
to.
a female
Yeah.
on any type of shoot,
Yeah.
any type of thing you're doing, interview, whatever. Always have a travel buddy with you.
Always have a travel buddy. And again, if it can't be a guy, just make sure you at least have 2 females if you can. So we're traveling, to Philly, my dad, myself, and my dad's friend, and headed over to the shoot. I hit the guy back up, and I'm calling him, and he answers, and he's like, hey. I'm like, hey, we're here. And he goes, we? I'm like, yeah, my dad and myself, like, we're here. He hung up on me. Now, mind you, we were at what looked like a kind of warehouse building.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't look like anybody was in there or anything. And it was during the day, but still
shady.
Still very shady, right? So when he hung up and I kept calling back, I called back maybe 3 times. My dad said, do not block his number. Well, at the time there wasn't a way to block it, but I just made sure I didn't answer.
Right. On your flip phone.
And that was it from there. That was it. I think I was about like maybe 21, 22 at that age. And I said, no more. Okay. I don't want to be that woman that goes to these shoots feeling so uncomfortable. Right. So I said, plus on top of that, you ain't liking what they doing for you anyway. You could probably take better pictures than that. You know what I mean? So
right.
I went ahead and I was like, I want to give back to the women that are feeling uncomfortable, taking these pictures with these uncomfortable men out here, just wanting to have eye candy and stuff when they're, computer screens or whatever to fix and stuff. No. Right. So I took it upon myself to be like, okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just make this my thing. It was a hobby, but I made it my thing. Okay. I made it something for us women to feel comfortable,
That's what's up. So. That's what's up.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket.
You got something in my burger, yo.
Welcome back to that same old place.
I got some money. How much can I get for this?
Well, the names have all changed since you hung around.
Come on, little Roscoe, get out of here, man.
Remained and they turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Back here where we need you. Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to WTF. Can I take your order?
Welcome back. Welcome back. We always could spot a friend. Welcome back.
All right, we're back after that short commercial break, and I'm still here again with my special guest, Ebony Nicole Johnson.
Hey, guys.
All right. So we just ended on the modeling segment. We talked about that. So I noticed you took a turn where you went from being in front of the camera to jumping behind the camera.
Yeah.
I like to call her a female sniper. So you're about to get into this right now. So talk to me about your love for photography.
Wow.
And obviously we know what got you there, but tell us about it.
But it's crazy because while you know that part, there's something else that I'm learning through as I grow older. These influences that I unknowingly must have had. Grandmom had a camera, a Polaroid camera, that she would take pictures of everything.
And did she?
Everything. It could be a toenail. She took a picture of it. But it's just, I'm realizing, what you see as a child, you tend to almost become that. You know what I mean? If that's the turn that you find to work for you. Right. And I realized too, my mom, she had the disposable. She didn't have the Polaroid. But she took pictures of everything.
Did she?
Stand over here. Take a picture. Now, mind you, my mom has over 8,000 photos in her phone that she has not removed since 2007, you guys. 2007. Let's make sure we timestamp that.
Yeah. Do the math. She still got some photo rolls at the photo shack in the parking lot of an old boarded up photo Kodak
oh my gosh.
copy plates.
Between like Eckerd Pharmacy, the photo pharmacy part, whatever. But I mean, that's really, in learning more about, like I said, about myself, that's really, I guess, where it started. And then there's this one day that when I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this with the camera and stuff. I had my family gift me for Valentine's Day,
Okay.
you know, a camera because they said, I'm tired of you taking these dope pictures with your cell phone. Okay, no problem, cool. So, you know, that's really when it all just started. I took a really cool picture of the girls, my two daughters, and they were about 2 and 4 years old. And I submitted it into Art All Night for the first time ever.
Okay.
So this, again, is going back into like 2012 now, when I really started. And I just been going ever since.
So you was bit by the photo.
I was bit, yeah, I was. And again, it helps you when you have great supporters.
Right.
People that don't mind being your guinea pigs or your examples.
Right.
Knowing that you're cutting off half their head, they don't care. It still looks dope. Still do it. Keep going, girl.
We got your back.
But you know, like, you know, it was good to hear the positive things that were coming from me, even though I, you know, wasn't that great, but nonetheless, all the years into it,
Well, greatness is something that you walk into, people. So, you know, everybody that starts something is not great. So greatness is something that you walk into, and I think you're walking into it very well.
Thank
so you keep stepping into greatness.
I am, and I'm going to dance too.
You're going to dance to the greatness.
I'm going to dance to the greatness.
Oh, my God. So we're going to keep it right moving. So everybody knows a woman has a lot to do. You're obviously you have a family.
Yeah.
How do you make time to do everything that you're doing? Because a lot of people say, oh, she's doing too much or you're not doing enough. To me, we were born as multitaskers. Always happen. Oh, wait a minute. You know what?
At the door.
Yeah, somebody's at the door. So what we're going to do is we're going to see who's at the door. Because I think, you know.
Look who's got a message. Look who's got a message.
Being that this is WTF food and
anything
music.
could happen.
Anything can happen. So wait a minute. Let me go check. I'm going to leave the camera. Y'all enjoy Ebony for a minute. I'm just going to step off camera for 1 second. And it looks like we got something here.
Hey, what is this? Oh, this is impossible. No, he is not. No wonder why he told me don't worry about eating.
Thank you, man.
Oh my!
All right, listen, y'all.
Oh my gosh!
One of her favorite meals in the whole world is pizza.
Oh
all right, there's supposed to be pepperoni on here, but we got the plain, so we'll take that as well. We're back, and let me tell you something. That pizza just saved my life because we've been sipping on some drinks.
Junky drinks.
Yep. But also, we are hydrated. All right. Shout out to my sponsor, Eternal Water.
Eternally hydrated.
Eternally hydrated. So that pizza, we'll talk about that on the next segment because I want to make them one of our sponsors. But anyway, back to you. So, Mother.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, please. It was part of the plan. This is
Clearly.
WTF.
Well played, WTF. Well played.
They thought I was going to do a cooking show. Gotcha. So anyway, we're back. Mother, entrepreneur, model, photographer.
Yeah.
Go right back into everything we were just talking about. How do you keep the balance with everything that you got going on?
So being a mommy of 3, my youngest being 5, my son, and my oldest being 13. I'm not gonna lie, my oldest helps a lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, and that's without having to like force her to. She sees what I'm doing. And even my middle child, Angel, she sees what I'm doing too. So they have this thing where they're like, Mommy, can I help? Can I this? Can I do that now? And now it kind of it relieves some of that stress.
Right.
But I will say there are days, especially with the kids being with COVID, under their schools being all virtual right now, like
shout out to all your teachers. I'm sorry, moms and dads out there.
So it's those days where I'm still trying to find that balance.
Right. As I'm sure everybody is.
But it's weird. It's like, I guess I still have that feeling of knowing I can get it done. Like, I'm not big on scheduling, but at the end of the day, like if I know my son has to be on this call or this virtual, class at this time, that's when I take my moment to do and
help
work
him
on
because he's a
whatever
little younger. So
yeah, he needs the help. So it's
right.
kindergarten, man. It's kindergarten. I don't know what you want from us kids, but it's kindergarten. So I mean, it's definitely not easy. It's definitely not easy, and it's not for the
Okay.
But
so
I'm doing it
as you should. Next, actress, entrepreneur. So you've been doing a little acting.
Yeah.
So I've seen you in a few things. You also play Sonia, the therapist in The Blue Labyrinth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you also have some commercials that you've been in.
I have. I wonder what they are.
I don't know. Tell us about your character.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? So I'm Kiki. Hey everyone, I'm Kiki on WTF and Food Truck, And that role was gifted to me by this guy here. It's kind of one of those, you go and play this.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
But I gave my little twist with it. Like
Yes.
I came with the character that I felt was best. And to be honest with y'all, that's me.
Right.
Not too much of Kiki is me, but the bubbliness, the real hype and loudness, that's me.
Right. And we have some more stuff coming up, so y'all stay tuned. You're not done seeing her yet. Listen, we got to talk about the most important thing. And,
wow.
First of all, let's start with Everyday Melanin magazine.
Yeah, my baby.
You're the editor-in-chief of a platform that's truly needed right now.
Yeah.
And to be female-run, melanated female-run. Tell us about Everyday Melanin magazine and what it means to you.
First off, don't you just like how that rolls off
I
your
know.
tongue?
Sometimes we got pizza in your mouth. Everyday Melanin magazine.
Pizza and cheese, but no. Everyday Melanin magazine is basically a magazine that I wanted to give back to the community, and to highlight those, especially the ones surrounding me, i.e. you or my friends and other family that are doing a damn thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not too much, or it's not too often that you see us local celebrities getting our, our shine.
Y'all heard that? Local celebrities.
And I just really wanted to, zero in on everyone that's doing something dope and keeping it positive. And, I get it. It's a melanated magazine, but it's really for everyone.
Right.
Everyone.
You say it again, because a lot of people don't understand. When they see the name, they want to pigeonhole you.
Yeah,
so say it one more time.
It's for everyone.
It's for everyone.
And melanin is in everyone's skin, actually.
Yes, it is.
It's in everyone.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's what I felt was needed and what was necessary.
Okay.
And how it came up, it was because again, with photography, you can do but so much.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I need to be creative again. What's next? I don't want to be stagnant just sitting here just taking pictures. Mm-hmm. And again, that's another way I gave back to people. But, the magazine was like, it came to me in a dream.
In a dream. That's what always happens.
It came to me in a dream.
I ain't going to tell you what could be a dream.
And I just, I ran with that dream. I was like, okay, God, I see you. I see what you're trying to do.
That's what's up. And the creator will talk to all of us, man. Everybody has something creative inside of them. You just got to find what it is.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember. We sat right over there on your couch, and I came to you with 3 options of the magazine name.
Yep.
And I actually remembered I wanted to have the word black in it, but not the word, not that bold word black. And again, my name's Ebony. Ebony's already taken. So we couldn't do that. We couldn't use Ebony.
You could have did Ebony Nicole Johnson magazine.
It's not the same. So I'm happy that with me coming again, I come to this guy almost for everything, guys. So coming to you about starting this kind of venture or whatever. One thing he did tell me, Ebony, just make sure it's something you want to do and you can continue to do it.
Consistency is the key to anything that you're doing in life. You have to be consistent. You can't start and stop, and wonder how things don't get done.
Yeah.
You have to be consistent. Hard work, consistency is how you get to the bag.
Absolutely.
All right. So, going right into that, I like the way you said it. So, a long time ago, she told me that she was planning on leaving her job. So now this segment is going to be called How Leaving Her Job Saved Her Life.
Yeah.
So explain that to my viewers.
So, back in 2018, now mind you, I loved my job. I still love them and everything. But I realized
if you don't mind me asking, what field were you in?
I was in.
You don't have to say the company's name.
No, I was in It was fine fragrance, makeup, and basically bath, body, beauty products.
Okay.
That, So, nonetheless, I loved my job. I loved I loved how I got into there and everything about it, and I felt like I could be my artsy self in a sense. I also did a little photography stuff for them in there or whatever. It wasn't nothing major, but it was major enough to make sure that it was for the job.
Right.
I realized that in 2018, in March, it was so weird how all of this happened. 2018, I said to myself, and I put it out there to the universe.
You have to.
I'm not going to be here because I started the magazine in 2017, and I launched it in 2017 of October. So when that time frame came around, it was like, okay, Eb, what are you going to do? All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and leave a job. That was 2018, guys.
Okay.
So January 2019 rolls in, and I was stressed. When I say stressed, I mean to a point where I was almost dying. Wow. Stressed. I remember waking up one morning. It was kind of now in the next month of February, and I was getting ready to. I was about to get up to physically go to work, and I could not move. It was almost like, now again, I'm pretty religious, coming from a religious background, grandparents both being evangelists. So I had this pressure on my chest. It was almost like God was like stomping on me, like, didn't you say that you was going to be leaving next year around this time? And
I know that pressure that you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
It was so crazy. But again, I was there and I'm like, and I didn't realize it until I made that move. So, I ended up being actually out of work because that that pressure, that stress, it put me in the hospital for a little bit, a couple days. That was it. But at the same time, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing until I was like, okay, well, I cannot go back to work. So I resigned, crazy enough, on my 7-year anniversary of a job.
Wow.
And I didn't,
God's perfect number.
It didn't dawn on me until my boss sent me an email saying, congratulations on your 7 years. And then next thing you know, it's this resignation coming through like, wait a minute, what are we doing? What is going on? But I had to do it for the sanity of myself, my health. Yeah. That was the most detrimental thing because, again, I was going through so much at that time. Right. And again, it's not easy to balance all these things, guys. No, but in realizing that I was able to get to that point and do that resignation, that's when all that weight,
all that pressure was released.
That pressure in the chest was no longer there, and I was able to sleep at night. And I'm like, okay, God, again, I see you. All right, cool. So that leaving that 9 to 5 is what saved my life.
Okay. You heard it here. Leaving her 9 to 5 saved her life. Well, listen, we want to thank you for coming out. We appreciate everything that you're doing. If you guys don't know anything about this lady, look her up. Give everybody your social media while you got the camera.
Sure. So you can follow me on Instagram. It's Everyday Melanin Magazine. It's everyday_Melanin_magazine Instagram. And you can also look or check out our website, everydaymelaninmagazine.com. And from there, you'll be able to see everything and you'll be able to follow all the other things that I pretty much do. So
there you go.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Listen, you know where I'm at. You know what I'm doing. You can find me anywhere. Just Google me. Nah. WTF Food and Music. Check out the show, y'all. We got more episodes coming. We thank the lovely Ebony Nicole Johnson for being here.
Yeah,
Thank our
man.
producer,
I thank
78
you
Ways
guys.
Studio, and everybody else that just shares in what we do.
Yes.
Eternal Water, one of our sponsors. We'd like to thank them as well for keeping us hydrated when everybody else
Very
is
hydrated.
dry. So that's it, y'all. I'll see you in the next
Thank
episode.
you.
Peace.
Peace.